about that.
So is this the part of the podcast where we go back and correct all of the various points over the last 9 podcasts? Because I mean, my life has really gone downhill, So I've had a lot of time on my hands, and being the avid listener of your podcast, I have a list of corrections maybe we could run through before before I get thrown head first out of this virtual pub.
Listen, before you get barred from the. Listen, we thought about going down that road like after episode 1, but we made so many mistakes and we've annoyed so many people that we thought, well, listen, if you're smart enough, you'll know that we're idiots and we said the wrong thing or got the wrong answer or something. So
yeah,
but yeah, if you've got any glaring errors that you'd like to point out,
I've got one. If I may be so bold, I've got one. I believe it was in episode 9 during the final question of the pub. Of the pub quiz. That's my actual voice. I'm just putting this on, I think the final question of the quiz was Dyslexia HQ in the United Kingdom was based in Reading. And both of you were dumbfounded as to why it was based there.
Okay.
I think when you spell out Reading, how do you spell Reading? You got it?
Reading.
There you go. There you go, kids.
Oh, well, there we go.
You know how. I've been sitting on that jam the best part of 10 days. But I'll go on that. I'll go on that podcast and I'll tell him. I'll love it.
Amazing. Dear Fantastic. Points of View in episode 8, question 9. Oh, fantastic.
I guess we should figure out what we've been up to this week, right?
Yeah, good shout. So you're not at your place, Greg. Where are you?
So I have recently made the pilgrimage to my spiritual homeland of Scotland.
Okay.
Yes. Hey.
Sorry, terrible accent there.
Where the whiskey flows like water. And
now here's a question:
yes.
Did you take the low road or the high road? Sorry.
I can't.
Dear points of view, there is no low road.
I took the M6, if that helps. Figure that one out.
Toll or no toll?
Yeah. Oh, toll. I'm not waiting. Come on now.
Exactly.
Those 10 minutes saved are worth it every time. So made that trip. Now, I'm a big road trip guy. I love a road trip if I can get one in. Now, I managed to do this, okay? And you may not be that impressed, but about 420 miles, 0 stops.
Oh, wow. That's silly.
We just plowed through it. Yeah.
Oh my,
that's silly.
Oh yeah, the kidney damage and the massive dehydration was worth it. So
the pelvic floor is in tatters.
Oh my days.
Especially like chugging the industrial coffee like you do, like the big old like litre keep cup that you have the coffee in there.
Yeah, no, it was pretty special. It wasn't even planned. Like it was just we got about 3 hours in. We just didn't need to stop. So anyway, but that's yeah. So I was pretty happy with that. And the miles per gallon, mate. Oof, don't even talk to me about that.
A solid 56 miles per hour all the way up.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Save the pennies, mate. The pounds of the car for themselves.
What are you getting? What are we talking? MPG.
I'm minimum 60 the entire way.
Whoa, that's massive. Now this is premium dad chat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know none of us are fathers, but MPG, isn't that the most dad chat thing? This the most dad chat topic.
On my back, that does.
Yeah. Like, I mean, widgets and MPG. That's like, you're a father immediately if you know anything about those two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, my car, I get like, maybe like 37 or something, if I'm lucky. But yeah. Well done, man. That's a serious saving.
Oh yeah, just put the cruise control on and just don't look at the speedometer.
Don't look back.
Don't look back, and you're good to go.
Nice.
So yeah, but no, man, I'm loving it up here. There's really not much to do because everything's locked down. But
yeah,
go for some good walks and stuff. So
in fact, this is a good little talking point because we're all in different nations of Great Britain currently, aren't we? So Eric is in Wales, I'm in England, and Greg is in Scotland. We just need someone from Northern Ireland, and we've got the full set. Forget about that. We don't. They've not even got a government.
So much edge. Oh man! I'm surprised that our listenership has got as far as it has. Maybe one day people in Northern Ireland will stumble onto this and and write in. But lockdown may be done by then. But it is interesting that we're all in different parts of the UK.
So you two have different rules, right? Wales in particular is behind, behind in the rule
everything
chain, isn't it? What about sorry, I'd say league tables then, but I didn't mean that. What about Scotland? Is that similar to Wales or closer to England?
I think it's a kind of middle ground. It's probably closer to Wales than it is the UK, England rather.
Right.
But yeah, so it's already mandatory to have masks in shops, I think, at the moment. They've only just downplayed the 2 metre thing to 1 metre plus that England's had for a few weeks already. So yeah, I don't know. It's I've not really been out that much. I've just been sort of walking, so I've not experienced it a huge amount. But yeah, it seems like they're playing it a bit more cautiously than the old English, throwing caution to the wind.
Exactly. Can't hold us down, baby.
Rebels without a clue.
Exactly. Mind you, if you've got access to somebody else's drinks cabinet, by the sounds of it, why would you need to go out?
Exactly. Why bother? Absolutely.
How many haggis have you had? How many haggai have you eaten?
How many haggis have I caught on the moors?
Yeah.
None so far. In fact, I tell you what we just did. We made our own pizzas in a pizza oven.
Nice. How was that?
It was a lot of work.
For little reward.
No, the pizza was lovely. It was good, but yeah, it's hard to do. And it's, some would say not worth it. Whether I'd say that or not, I don't know. That's yet to be decided. But no, it was good. It was good.
So is this because it's a huge craze at the moment, isn't it? Pizza ovens. Like my dad's keen to buy one. And that's one of these units, like a plug-in and play job. It's like it gets to 500 degrees in 7 minutes or something silly. It gets straight up there. It is gas powered, but
sure.
But then his argument is you go into these restaurants and they say log fired, but they just have a couple of logs at the front on fire, and it looks like it, and you see the genuine flame right in the back, and it's gas, because they just burn gas all night or whatever. But
sure.
But yeah, tell me about yours. Is that a built-in one, or is it?
Oh, no, this is like a proper earthen.
Oh, like a kiln.
Kiln,
nice.
Exactly right. So it was pretty good. So I was there. I was getting a bit hungry. I went down with father-in-law. And he put the fire in and set it all up, and it was looking good. And he sets it up, and I'm like, oh, good. Oh, glad we're starting to cook. How long until the pizzas are ready? Oh, well, this fire's going to start, and then about an hour from now, it might be hot enough, but we might have to put another fire on. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Sweet God. So it's the old school one. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
There's not a gas pipe in sight.
Yeah.
It's not the one to fire up when you've got the munchies and you come back from the pub and you need a pizza in 10 and a half minutes. That's a big boy.
You got it.
So that's another thing that blokes like to do, isn't it, in their garden? Make the barbecue, carve a bit out of the low wall in the back garden, and then get the bricks and make themselves a barbecue.
Yeah.
Anybody ever done that?
No, I've used one, but I've never made it myself.
Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
Get
a Weber, mate. Get a Weber.
Listen, we've invented. It's like the chopsticks. We've invented the fork. Get with the times. Jerry Seinfeld's been saying that since the 80s. The Chinese are really sticking in there with the chopsticks.
Oh, man.
But you know me, Greg. I'm a gas-fired barbecue man. Let's get straight to the point. Let's do it.
I respect you. I respect your lack of decorum within the barbecuing realm.
So what was your pizza topping? I've got to find out. Both of you boys, what's the ultimate pizza topping?
Ooh, if I feel it, I'm going to go for the anchovies.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that.
is it Napoli? The standard, the Napoli's special is like anchovies with some.
Yeah. Is it olives and
I can't remember the exact. But it's anchovies is the main attraction.
Yeah, or
so if I'm in the right,
as they say
in
Italy, in Italia.
Ooh, there we go. It's such a smarmy little.
That's why that is. That's because whenever I've been in Italy, I've been trying to order a pizza. I'm like, what the hell is anchovies? So every time on my phone, I have to get it, and I'm like, oh yeah, acciughe. So now that's the one thing I know in Italian for a pizza. Acciughe. Yeah. So if you're ever in Italy,
that's good to know.
Top man tip.
Good to know.
I also found I've got another top man tip for you while we're on food. Before we find out Eric's favourite pizza topping. Mm-hmm. Your knife block in the kitchen. Perhaps you have a knife block. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What you should do is you should take all your knives out and put them back in upside down, so the blade isn't touching the block. Because every time you take your knife in and out of the block, you're blunting the knife. Is that a phrase? Blunting, maybe.
Blunt eye.
Unsharpening. Dis-sharpening.
Reverse sharpening.
Yeah, anti-sharpening. So yeah, just it's not funny, it's not interesting, just a top tip.
Just helpful.
Man tip. Cracking one there.
Flip them the other way around.
There you go.
So Eric,
will do.
Yes.
Ultimate pizza topping. Go.
Well, if we're doing it the proper way, if I'm in Italy, enjoying myself a nice glass of vino, I would probably say a nice thin base with some prosciutto. If, however, I am having a filthy Friday night, okay,
yeah,
we're going down the takeaway. We're going in, banging the hand on the desk. Right, listen, boss.
Desk. As if the bloke who owns the kebab shop is writing out checks. Yeah. He's doing his VAT return on the desk.
So yeah, hand on the desk, table, whatever you want to call it. I say, right, John.
Sneeze guard is probably more accurate.
Sneeze guard, that's the word I'm after. Listen, John, I'd like a doner pizza. Okay.
Pizza.
I want onions.
Jesus.
I want some mushrooms, maybe. I want some doner meat. And maybe, if possible, may I please have a little bit of the old tandoori chicken?
Wow.
And that, my friends, is cuisine. Okay? 14 inches of that bad boy. You've got that. That meal's for days, all right? Yeah. That meal is for days. That tastes great warmed up in the microdon, the microwave. That tastes great walking down the high street. Okay.
Oh, gee, classy as well.
Yeah, it's the mark of a man. Okay, like a
true multicultural pizza. That as well. If anything says racism's dead, guys, come on.
Exactly.
You've got Turkish food, you've got Italian food, and Indian food. If he feels like it, sometimes
all in one.
Just all in one,
and it's eco-friendly. All right, Greta Thunberg hasn't dropped onto this one yet. All right.
What, having all your meals in one? Is that what we're going to save carbon emissions by eating all our meals on one pizza?
There's no... Hey, when you order a doner pizza, where's the plastic?
The pizza is the plate, baby.
Exactly. The box is cardboard. Well, it's mostly grease, but there's a bit of cardboard in there as well. And there's no plastic, okay?
Amazing. You know what? Wait for it. Gavel down.
Yes.
Oh.
How'd that feel? Your first gavel, Eric?
That was great. I was wondering what the gavel looked like. Part of me was thinking, is it a spoon and like a chopping board? And it's a gavel, but no, it's the real McCoy.
So this is something that we're quite guilty of, rabbiting on about something, assuming that people know what we're talking about. So for anyone who's made it through all 10 episodes thinking, what the hell are they talking about? This thing I keep whacking is a genuine gavel, like a judge's gavel. So it's like a little wooden plinth and then a tiny little wooden hammer, like a judge would whack down when he passes judgment on some unlucky individual.
It's all they only use the gavel when they're putting them in jail. They
Give him the chair.
That's it, man. And the fun fact, that's a Hollywood thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a Hollywood. They don't have them in UK courts.
They don't have. I'm sure they do.
They have. Well, I've been in Crown courts. Most of the times, not even myself. It's not been my fault. So I just wanted to clarify that. But that judge doesn't need a gavel. If you're shouting out, he or she can put you in contempt of court, and you're spending the weekend there.
So how do